Welcome to an introduction to teaching books. We're going to start with the portal itself. And I'm going to put in my credentials and click Login. Teaching books for schools can be found right next to File at Destiny and the Educators Portal. Simply click on it. We will take care of the login for you. Once you're logged in, it's going to say up on top, likely Tulare COE. This is a generic view of teaching books for schools. If you'd like to customize that, on the left-hand side here, there's a 3-line menu or hamburger menu. It'll say that you were signed in as Tulare COE. And there is an educator login if you wish to customize anything. So if you'd like, you can click on Educator Login and utilize the Educator Google account provided to you by your school district. Provide access to it in the permission screen, and it'll change from welcome Tulare COE to welcome and likely your first name. From there, on the left-hand side, you can create reading lists, newsletters, customized for you, and so forth. All right, so just looking at the main page of Teaching Books for Schools, you'll see that there is a browse resources right here. You can also search by title, author, or keyword. There is an ISBN search if you want to go that route as well. There is a browse collection right here, as well as for students and for educator portions. If a student needs to adjust the language that Teaching Books for Schools is shown in, you'll see that there are dozens of languages that can be selected from to change this interface into that language. You can also customize your display after you log in. So scrolling down a little bit further here, it's going to tell you that there's over 360,000 resources about both children's as well as young adult books. On the left and right-hand side below that, you will see some links highlighting resources for children and teens as well as for educators and adults. Looking through the children and teens, you'll find that you can meet authors and illustrators with exclusive movies and recordings. If you click on that link, it's going to take you here where you can search and filter by many different formats in order to find what you're looking for. And you'll find resources there that include interviews with authors and illustrators on particular titles. I'm going to use the back button. You can also experience 20,000 read-along audiobook performances as well. So clicking on that link, it looks very similar as well, but this will be filtered with those resources that actually have audiobook performances related to them. You can enjoy 302,028 at this time complete book readings. So yeah, these are actually books that have been read, usually read by the author themselves. So say for this first one, Last Stop on Market Street, give that one a click. Complete video reading narrated by Matt de la Peña. So there's a 7-minute and 22-second reading done by the author of that book, as well as others. So if you're interested in having a book read aloud, not just by you in the classroom, you can actually have the author read it aloud while you flip the pages in front of your students. Pretty cool resource right there. There are book trailers, some meet the author recordings, assignments about books, supportive materials for students, as well as find the right book for you. And then you can go through and say, identify books similar to a favorite title. So if any of your students have a title they really loved, they can put that title in. If they want to put the author's name in, they can. And they can find books that are similar or written by the same author, same here, based on author, subject, or a series, or find additional books to read by a reading level. And you can help a student get into teaching books. This is also available on the Kids and Teen Portal, and help them identify books that are related to books they absolutely love. On the right-hand side for educators and adults, you can browse, identify books for your readers, infuse diverse books into your reading. This one you can go through and look up cultural experiences. There's a drop down in here where you can find cultural experiences that are really delved into in a particular story. Culture, genre, grade level, diverse by subject rather than culture. Original interviews, diverse book awards, cultural representation activities, and collection analysis reports on diversity and inclusion. You can discover virtual teaching ideas. So if you have some students you're doing virtual teaching with, there are ideas in there to help you out. You can look at passages to over 69,000 books. So if you click on that, it's going to show you books that have passages in them, usually from Google Books Preview. And then you can customize book lists and collection analysis as well. You can generate analysis reports and create custom reading lists. All right, so browsing our resources, if you click on that, it's going to give you this here, see all collections, but then you can browse by books, authors, lists, series, awards, and distinctions. So you can narrow down by going through those awards and distinctions. CCBC, or Cooperative Children's Book Center choices, Junior Library Guild selections, School Library Journal Books of the Year, recent award winners, all kinds of different awards that are available for children's books and teen books. You can use that to be your filter point if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and hit that back button again. Go back to Browse Resources. So there's lots of different ways you can go in here. You can, if you've created collections or you want to look by collections that are pre-created by teaching books, you can actually click where it says see all collections right here. And you can go by grade level, curricular area, genre, resource format, special collections, resource types, and so forth. Lots of different ways to browse through the collection to find what you're looking for. You can also search by title. So if I do Hungry, it's going to start to show all books related to that. So if I was looking for The Very Hungry Caterpillar, I can click on that book. You can type in any book that is a kid's or teen book that you love and see what's related to it. Whenever you do a search for and you click on a specific title, you're going to find that it gives you a link to tie into what else did Eric Carle, in this case, write. You can also look up the related Spanish language version of the book. You can see that there are 61 resources, an award, 9 state lists, a book resume, text complexity, and like books. There is an audio excerpt, a complete video book reading, as well as a trailer. And you can go through here by category. So if you're looking for something to help you out with the students' book guides, activities, and lessons, well, there's 25. There's a plus sign here to expand. And you can see all the different lessons and guides that could help you out when introducing this book to your students, as well as book trailers, websites. A lot of books have websites related to them. There also is an app for The Very Hungry Caterpillar. You can take a look at that website, maybe find some fun activities to put on, say, a tablet or a phone. So again, this is great for all books out there. I recommend putting in a title and checking it out. I'll go ahead and click on Teaching Books for Schools to get back to the main here. But really, teaching books is a great tool for getting students who are early writers interested in the writing process, students who have a favorite author, generating interest. An interview with an author will help a student understand that writing can be difficult. Writing requires practice. They'll hear from their favorite authors about how their first book may have been turned down or how easy or difficult it was to write it. They'll be able to, those that love art will be able to see interviews with illustrators talking about why they made their illustrations for a particular book in a certain way. Was it they were drawing from their own background, their own cultural background or experiences? Did they use pastels or watercolors or ink? And why? Did they want a specific feel of warmth, or they wanted it to look very sparse on the page for some particular reason? They'll learn a lot about it. They'll understand that writing and illustrating books is fun, it's challenging, and that even if it's not easy for them as a child, understanding that even for adults, the writing process, even for their favorite authors, is not easy either. This is an incredible resource for you as an educator, but also to introduce students who are learning to read, because they can not only open a book, they can find a complete reading for thousands of books done by most often the author themselves, and they can have a read along while they're flipping through the pages. So I definitely recommend checking this resource out and introducing it to your students.